Alright lads, I feel like I'm on the verge of sickness, so that means two things. One, my voice is probably going to blow up at some point in this video, if not maybe my nasal capacity will. And two, I am probably about to take about 3 years off of YouTube to recover from this. But before we do that, let's go through some online racing. You guys have been wanting to see more of this lately. I know I can't do league racing at the moment, but this will have to do in the meantime. Today, we're doing a reverse grid race. And I decided to do it online because online is just so much more fun, isn't it? We're going to have the randomness of various people's skill levels. Speaking of which, in this lobby, we have quite a vast array of skill levels. We've got some esports drivers in here. We've got me in here. I'm kind of like mid-tier. And then we've got some people who are pretty rubbish at the game, as you would expect in these open lobbies. So, yeah, we put the slowest cars at the front and the fastest cars at the back. 2019 car performance. I don't know why an Alfa Romeo is starting in pole position, but we'll deal with that anyway. Thank you, Codemasters. Away we go for the German Grand Prix. First to last challenge is underway, and we've got absolutely bunted off by a Toro Rosso into turn one, so I really appreciate that. We've already been overtaken by the esports driver of Jarno Opmeer, and we've got Cedric Tomei in here as well, who is in the other Renault. There he is, CRG Evo, right on cue. We dropped to P10 already, so this has been a massive fall from grace from what has been the second row of the grid in this German Grand Prix. Let's see if we can fight our way back through the field here if we can. Damage is on. As you can see, 5 people just absolutely blowing up at the hairpin. Oh, we've blown up ourselves.
Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
Was it a Ferrari that came across me there? There was someone who just got a terrible exit. I don't know if they got hit, collected, wheel spin, whatever. But it has resulted in us being an early retirement of the German Grand Prix. And that is the end of that attempt. Wow. Away we go for Silverstone. Wee, fun, give me more. We're in the Mercedes, so we're still running with realistic car performance. Again, fastest cars at the back, so we're going to do the reverse this time around. What I would love to do is try and win a race in a Williams, and I'll see if I can do that. But it looks like I'm not going to win any race at this rate. We got tangled up with a Williams right on cue there. We come into the pit lane to change your front wing. For some reason, I decided to leave damage on because I wanted to make it more of a challenge for those who are in the faster cars coming through the field. And yeah, you can see that we kind of fell victim to the damage being on. But anyway, we fell a lap down. We're now overtaking the 2 esports drivers who are running away with this race here in Silverstone. We overtake CRG Evo, so that is not every day that you can say you can do that, but we do have a car that is much faster per lap than what they're running with, but I'm going to roll with it anyway, just overtaking esports drivers left, right and centre. Let's see if we get Jarno Opmeer here as well on the last lap of the Grand Prix, bearing in mind we are on, we're not on the lead lap, so this is actually the last lap of the race, so I'm going to make it my task to see if I can overtake Jarno here and make a race of this, despite it going so horribly wrong at the start. We're running quite low on ERS, which the engineer is very nicely reminding me of that right in the heat of battle. Going through the S's for the final time. You can see I'm absolutely cheesing this section. 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's for ignoring blue flags. That's not for corner cutting. I'm used to seeing penalties for corner cutting, but I've been a good boy on that front today. In the slipstream of Jarno. Can we go for a dive at the inside? No, we cannot. Into Stowe. He's got a little bit slidey on the run into the final few corners, going defensive. We're going to see if we can go around the outside and turn to the inside for the club section in the last corner. Can we do it? No, we cannot. My game has crashed. Wonderful. I didn't want to see how that race was going to finish out anyway. Codemasters absolutely hates me. Here we are for the Mexican Grand Prix. We're back to being in the Williams to see if we can win from the front of the field. Away we go for the Mexican Grand Prix. Would you believe if this would be the starting grid for the Mexican Grand Prix? Screw it, lads. Let's all just have a reverse grid race for the Formula 1 race here this year. Why not? I'd certainly sign up for that. Here we go. Turn 1. We've survived. We've not got any damage. I don't know why the Alfa Romeos get preferential treatment of starting ahead of us when they're a faster car anyway. I don't really understand how the game just prioritizes Alfa Romeo as being a slower car and putting them at the front. I just don't understand. So, yeah, we're going to have to work really hard to win this race. You can see we've got Jarno Opmeer already on our ass as we head through the middle sector of lap 2. We are not going to win this race if these esports guys continue to slap the field in their Renaults. Here he goes around the outside into P2. He's going to inevitably take the lead of the Grand Prix. We've got now Cedric behind us, and that is going to be a Renault 1-2 in very quick succession. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get a podium, but I still have to overtake Richie in the faster running Alfa Romeo in this Grand Prix. 2 laps left to go in this race, and we're going to see if we can put some pressure on now that he was battling with the 2 Renaults. He's looking for a move up the inside. If he gets too tangled up in the Renaults, and he's going to fall victim to myself. We're going to play this nice and cautiously. You can see just waiting for a moment for him to make a mistake. Nothing really doing at this stage. He's going defensive into the stadium section. We'll see if we can go around the outside here. He was blocking a little bit there. I wasn't really sure what he was going to do, so I just kind of played it a bit safe and a bit hesitant there, but we wait for DRS on the next lap. This is the first time we've got DRS in this race. He's absolutely weaving all over the track like mad, and with my DRS open like that, I could have actually spun out and crashed. That could have been quite disastrous, but thankfully we were able to hold on, and it looks like we're going to get a podium in the Williams. I think we need to make another video and just do all Williams races and see if we can pull it off. I feel like we could, but I just need to put the time and effort into doing that, despite being 2 or 3 seconds off the lead pace. But anyway, it's another podium. The other guys all blowing up. Maybe I need to tone off damage to make it more of a challenge. Let's move on to the next race and see how we go.
Maintain focus going into the first few corners. We don't want an incident before the race has even started.
Alright, we are back in the Mercedes. We have turned off the damage because literally anyone in the top running team so far in these lobbies has not been making it through to the front of the field. I just feel like they keep constantly getting taken out. So we're going to see if we can do the impossible in a Mercedes. For some reason it put me in P13 instead of P18, where a Mercedes really should be in a reverse grid race. But regardless, we're going to see if we can charge our way through the field. Oh, we've got Jarno Opmeer in the Mercedes now, so this race just got even more difficult in terms of trying to win this one. We've got a Williams spinning as we head up our Rouge for the first time, getting caught up with the Haas as well. We let a Racing Point slide on through because of the lack of momentum, and this start has not been great, has it? Jarno Opmeer in the fellow Mercedes is cutting his way through the field. You can see he's up there in P5, so we really need to...
That's a decent start. Good job.
No, it's not a decent start, Jeff. Have you seen my teammate? He's way up the field. He's going to run away with this race if we don't do anything about that right now. So hopefully Jarno can get caught up in the top 4 traffic, and that'll give me half a chance to get back in the battle for this race win. We need to get past Big Mike and also the Racing Point. He loses the back end, and we just calmly go around the outside off track. Thankfully, we didn't get tangled up. It's so easy to get collected when you're following that closely. There goes a Williams. That's pretty easy life for us. I don't know why so many people are spinning out, because they all have their assists on. Oh, there goes the Racing Point. P6. Thank you very much. Easy position. Oh, the Toro Rosso! Why? I have not turned off traction control. Hand on heart, they all have their assists, so I don't know what they're playing at in today's Grand Prix. They are just falling over like dominoes. Dominoes. Is it Cheap Tuesday today? I'm not sure. Anyway, P4 as we go side by side up our Rouge.
Brilliant. Nice move.
And I'm just checking. Yes, it is a Tuesday. Wow. Okay, lovely guesswork there from me. Being a YouTuber and not having a regular job, you actually have no idea what time, day, year it is in the week, because you have no structure. Around the outside of the Toro Rosso at Laycom. That's not Laycom, that's Puon. Jeez. Yeah, I don't even know what corners I'm at now. It's been that long since I've had any structure in my life. We are now on the podium here in this Belgian Grand Prix. You can see Jarno has actually just taken the lead of the race. So we've actually done quite well to close the gap. He was held up behind that McLaren for such a long time, and we caught up by 2 or 3 seconds, but now he's got clear air. I need to get past the McLaren. I'm hoping that I can get Slipstream DRS here, leapfrog the McLaren, and get me within 1 second of the esports driver. And from there, I've got to catch him on natural pace, which I do not have any, over an F1 esports driver. But we won't give up in this Grand Prix. Slipstream and DRS on champion. He did a champion effort of trying to hold up Jarno Opmeer, but now the ball is in my court now to chase him down and try and win this race. Can we do it? We're 2.5 laps left to go in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know down in the comments. But we are pushing as hard as we possibly can to win this race. Team Radio. Oh no! Our teammate has an engine failure right at the last breath of this race. And we are going to go from what should have been last to first. It is 13th to first in a reverse grid race. Thank you very much. Oh, I got P2. Oh. Well, that's awkward. Guess I cut too many corners then, didn't I? Well then. All that effort for nothing. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. We need to do more reverse grid races, and I swear down I will win in a Williams with 2019 performance.